Hi everyone, Joe here with another Fallout 76 video. This is a follow-up to the stash run video in which we concluded that no, stash runs are still not really a viable solution to gain caps quickly. In this video we'll be looking at other ways of making caps so you can buy expensive items in the game like serums, serum plans, and gold bullion. So let's jump in. So, how do we make caps if stash runs are a bust? The first way is to go after enemies who typically drop caps in their loot table. Examples are the Grafton Monster, Super Mutants, Super Mutant Behemoths, and Mega Sloths. You'll get maybe 2 or 3 caps for each Super Mutant. Grafton Monster, Behemoths, and Mega Sloths will give you between 10, 20, maybe 30 caps. So that doesn't sound like much, but if you server hop, you can attack the same enemies over and over again. It may not be the most fun option, but the caps will add up, as will the experience. Those monsters will drop loot which you can sell to the vendor bots to get your daily 1400 caps. Another option for getting those 1400 caps is to spam create something with minimal effort. Just make sure you have the super duper card equipped to get bonus items as you go. For example, I like to create a whole bunch of marine helmets, which, with this character's charisma and the hard bargain card, I can sell for 31 caps each. Another easy item to make is Radaway, with the chemist and super duper cards equipped, of course. Even better, then convert it to diluted Radaway. That will increase the number of caps you can earn with the same ingredients. Just add purified water. By spam creating items and selling off loot, you can reach the daily cap limit in just a few minutes. Now let's talk about setting up vending stations in your camp. Time to start thinking like a business person. When selling items to other players using vending stations, there are a few things to consider. Deciding what to sell, deciding what price to sell your items, and attracting players to your camp in order to buy your stuff. So let's first decide what we're going to sell in our vending stations. Items that tend to sell well change over time. For example, it used to be ammunition sold pretty well, but after the arrival of the Crater Ammo Factory that you can get from Wastelanders, the Ammo Converter from Season 1, and now the Ammunition Factory Legendary Perk Card from Update 22, there's no problem getting ammo. So it doesn't sell as well as it used to. Instead of selling the ammunition, it's better to sell the components to make ammunition, like lead, steel, gunpowder, etc. So what other items are good to keep in stock? Current items that are selling well for me are crafting components like aluminum, rubber, lead, acid, and pure flux. All sell well. Plans are always good to keep in stock, especially since a lot of low-level players tend to buy them. Chems and aid items like bobbleheads and magazines, and especially mutation serums, are good. Items people need to collect for the Pioneer Scout badges, like Deathclaw hides and Stimpack diffusers, work as well. Finally, selling rare plans or legendary weapons and armor are always a good option. Which brings me to point number 2, pricing your items to sell. You need to decide if you want to be a high-priced boutique or a low-priced wholesaler. The difference between the two is how quickly you want the caps to roll in. If you want to be a high-priced boutique, then the sales will be few and far between. But when an item sells, your cap count will jump. Low-priced wholesalers will see a steady stream of purchases earning caps in small but steady increments. Basically, you're pricing your items to sell in volume. In my opinion, this is the way to go if you want to make caps quickly. The key here is to price things reasonably so that players will want to buy them. Don't sell, for example, 10mm ammo for 30,000 caps per round. Only an idiot would buy that. You also don't want to price items too low or you won't make many caps. So what do? If items are abundant, easy to find, not really all that big a deal, then you really don't want to set the price too high. You want to set the price nice and low. Examples, are very common early game plans. But if it's a rare item, something that's really hard to find, that's when you can start setting the prices higher. Most other objects, most other items, you can set middle-of-the-road prices for. So what do I mean by middle-of-the-road prices? Well, you want to make it so that it's better to buy from your vendor station than it is to go to, say, the White Springs and buy it from the vendor bots there. My rule of thumb for general common items is to look at the price or the value in the item description and set the price to half that amount. And again, I'm talking about the most common items that you can find pretty much anywhere, you can find with any of the bots. I'm not talking about the really rare stuff, and I'm definitely not talking about things like the Mr. Handy Buzzsaw Blade plans that drop from pretty much any Mr. Handy bot that you kill. I don't even stock those. The only things I price relatively high are rare or hard to find items. For example, the plans for the Shielded Enclave Under Armor, Nuka-Cola and Nuka-Cola Power Armor Paint Job plans, I generally price relatively high, but still low enough for the average player to be able to afford. The only items I price really high are the extremely rare and sought-after 3-star legendary weapons and armors. The most popular currently are, of course, the Bloodied Weapons and Unyielding Armor sets. By the way, I've actually been complimented by several players on how reasonable my prices are. And that's what we're going for. Like I said, if your prices are reasonable, players are going to be more willing to buy from you. But it doesn't matter what items we sell, or how we price them, if no one visits your camp to buy. So how do we attract players to our camps? Well, first we want to make sure that we have a full inventory of a wide variety of items. Each vendor can have up to 30 items or stacks of items at a time. Make sure to fill up every single one of those slots. Make sure to have some items from each category so the inventory will look full when the players mouse over your camp to see what you have for sale. Which camp do you think they would prefer to visit? One where there is a single item category listed, or one where there are many item categories listed? And that's it. Decide what to sell, decide how to price it, and attract players to your shop. If you do that, on top of killing high-end monsters and going for your daily vendor cap limit, you'll soon be rolling in the dough. And that's it for this video. Oh, okay, well, no it isn't. In my last video, I promised to show you where the cap stashes in Morgantown were located. But, since cap stash runs are a bust, please feel free to tune out now if that sort of thing really doesn't interest you. Okay, if you're still with me, we're going to start at the Morgantown train yard. When you spawn in, just run forward into the yard. Watch out for all the Scorched that are there. We're going to go past the trucks. We're going to go past all of the containers. We're going to go past this train and go to the other side of that ramp that takes the track down into the building. And we're going to go in through this door here, killing Scorched as we go. There are about 5 or 6 of them in here. We just go to the other end of the building, and the stash will be on a set of shelves here to the right. And of course, they've been knocked off to the floor. There it is right there. Now, as we exit the building, we're going to continue killing off Scorched as we go, and we're going to head towards Mama Dolce's. But first, we're going to turn around and kill another Scorch right here. Let's just go and knock this guy. There we go. Here we come. Boom. Goodbye. Any more? No. Okay. Now we're going to go to Mama Dolce's. Well, we're actually going to go past Mama Dolce's. So what we're going to do is we're going to just run out to the road. And we're going to take this next right turn at the stop sign towards Mama Dolce's. That's a pretty boat. I like that boat. Yeah. Looks good silhouetted. So we're going to go past Mama Dolce's, past this shed on the right, continue going towards this second shed. When you go in, there's going to be an office on the right. Look for the file cabinet. The stash is at the top of the cabinet at the very back. I tell you what, say whatever you think about Bethesda. It's an interesting company, but they really do good scenery. Anyway, we're going to cross the river past Mama Dolce's, and we're going to go into Morgantown itself. There are quicker ways to go, but we're going to go this way because I want to kill as many of these feral ghouls as we can. I just want to get some experience as we do this. We're going to take this left turn after killing off another ghoul and go up the road towards our next destination, which is Big Al's Tattoo Parlor. Die, ghoul, die. Any more? Yep, one more. Yeah, you're not getting away from me either. Okay, so there's the tattoo parlor. I'm going to give a quick server jump here. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Here's Big Al's. We want to jump up on the roof. We can use that wall there if we don't have marsupial. And there's the stash next to this panda bear. One of the things you'll notice while I'm doing this is that a lot of the stashes are going to be empty. That's because I went and collected them beforehand, and they hadn't respawned yet. I'm just showing you where they are, including this bus here. So if you go up and to the left, the next one is underneath this skeleton. Another empty stash. So we're going to exit the bus. We're going to go into the barricaded area with all the tents and kill off more feral ghouls. There are several of them here. Give me that yummy experience. And we're going to walk into this tent. The stash is on the desk. 20 caps? Yeah, not much. Okay, our goal is to go up into this building here to the right. That very tall one with the fire escapes. But first I'm going to kill off some feral ghouls. Wow, I need to work on your shooting. Come on. Die, ghoul, die. Yeah, you too. There you go. Anybody else? All right, so we're going to go up that building. I'm going to go back towards the tent and show you a quicker way to go. As soon as there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right here where this parking garage is. And we're going to do a little parkour. This is where the marsupial mutation or a jetpack will help you, because we also want to get up to this fire escape. And we're going to run up the steps to the fire escape all the way to the top. And when we get to the top, again, jump up onto the roof and go all the way up. Next to this skeleton and his note is another cap stash. Of course, it's empty. But what we want to do now is go back down the way we came. Of course, if you had power armor on, you could just drop off and land without injuring yourself. We're going to go past these buildings, and we're going to go into an area where the Steelheart quest is. Several of the cap stashes are in that area. The first one is on this blue building to the right. There's an easier way to get to it if you jump from the apartment building across. I'll show you that in a moment. But the stash is between these two dormers here. And, of course, it's empty. The next stash is in the apartment building itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to run up onto the monorail track and kill some more feral ghouls. So we're going to go back towards that apartment building and go across the bridge there into that hole in the wall. There will be more ghouls in there. Give me your XP. Thank you. So what we want to do is go up this fire escape. And across to this roof deck here. Turn right between the building roofs, and the next stash is over this rail behind the sign here next to this crate. And of course it's empty. Yay! So we're going to jump up, back up onto this roof to go to one of the next stashes. Now, the way to get to that other blue building is to jump from this side here across, if you can't jump up on the building directly. Now, what we're going to do is just drop off the roof, and we're going to take a left turn. We're going to follow the track of the Steelheart quest towards where it ends. Yeah, keep going. Don't turn around. Why am I turning around? Okay, we're going to go forward because the next stash is on the roof of that Slocum's Joe there. So we're going to jump up onto the awning. You know, on the awning. There we go. And then onto the roof. And the stash is right here on this box. So drop down, and again, we're going to follow the track of the Steelheart quest. I keep forgetting what it's called. We're going to go to the first stop on that quest, which is here at this delicatessen. The stash is on the roof behind the sign with the Nuka-Cola girl. Yeah, you can do it. There we go. It's right here. Okay, another quick server hop, and we are going to run east. That is to say, we're going to take a left, because what we want to do is go again towards the second Steelheart location, to that building right in front of us. It's a red bookstore. The stash is at the top of those fire escape stairs, but to get there, we're going to have to go around the building and do a little more parkour. What we want to do is jump up onto this roof here. Let's try that again. Jump up on the... No. Jump! There we go. No, nope, not quite. Okay, one more try. This is where the Strange in Numbers perk works out really well. Jump up onto this roof and across to the fire escape. Up the stairs. And the stash will be under this chair here with the Mr. Fuzzy on it. Hey, that one had caps in it. Okay, so we're going to go back down to our next destination. Why am I going all the way down? I could just jump. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's kill another feral ghoul. You get to die too. So next, we're going to head towards the Morgantown High School. And the way that we're going to do that is go between these buildings and through this gap in the wall to get to this road here. And there's the high school over there on the other side of the gas station. You can see it in front of us. But first I need to pick off a few feral ghouls. But we're not going to go to the high school. We're going to go to this building here, this house, actually. The one that is the first house on the right past the high school. And if you go up onto the porch of the house towards the picnic table, that's where the stash is. If you're looking at the picnic table and you're looking at the high school, there's the stash. And that's it. That's the Morgantown run. It took us, 10 minutes, 15 at the most? And that was done in real time. I did not speed any of that footage up. So, that's a really quick run, about 10 cap stashes. But again, cap stashes aren't what they used to be. About a year ago, year and a half ago, it used to be you could get 7,000-8,000 caps doing a cap stash run. Nowadays, it's just not worth the effort, I don't think. But at the same time, if you run across a stash, if you happen to be in the area, it doesn't hurt to stop for a second and pick them up. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you do to earn caps quickly. Let me know what prices you set and what items you sell in your camp vendor stations. Let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. And, as always, thanks for watching, if you still are, and I'll see you next time with another Fallout 76 video.